Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for what happened at the weigh-in was not only a preview of the fight. It was an entirely new, shirtless, tattooed, scandalous upsurge. Weigh-ins were just about stats and muscle, right? They ought to rethink their plan once Claressa Shields slipped her robe and displayed something far heavier than fists. A bold one-word tattoo, no doubt. A papoose. Indeed, that is accurate. Like the wife of Remy Ma, two hip-hop and boxing queens have reportedly been playing ping-pong with the man. So what kind of woman would stamp on her chest the name of another woman's husband? What about a championship belt? Can a man let it go on without giving up? The most important question is, where was Remy Ma when Claressa was out here making her mark? By no means are we saying that it is war. The confrontations we are arguing have already started. No, and that tattoo was the first thing that was made public. We learned that this connection is messier than the back alley love triangle in a soap opera, so grab some popcorn, hide your guy, and buckle up. Now, let's begin. Gentlemen, ladies, it wasn't just about fists at the weigh-in. It was all about secrets, darkness, and simple seduction.
It's all going down tomorrow night. Little Caesars Arena. We're going to take a signature to thank our hand partner, 9875.
Because Claressa Shields, boxing's self-described gwot, flaunted not just her abs but also a tattoo. However, it's not just any tattoo. No, there, just under her chest, was one name, proudly carved into her skin like a claim to territory. That's Papoose. Internet usage has evolved since then. Now, let's be clear. Insane weigh-ins, trash talk, altercations, and maybe even a few shoves have all been witnessed. But Claressa's actions were a public acknowledgement of something much deeper than a boxing bout. It had a personal touch. It was a deliberate action. Furthermore, we believe that this was the beginning of a dispute that has been brewing for several months. So how did we end up here? How did the Queen of the Ring end up identifying herself publicly using Remy Ma's husband's name as something like a trophy? The only way to understand that is to rewind the tape. And I assure you that watching the tape is worthwhile. We ought to go back a few months. Remember when the accusations of infidelity were made against Remy Ma? Those whose names were prominently displayed on all social media blog entries and live streams. Yes, those were more than just idle rumors. They were smoke signs. The kind of fire they were hiding is now known to us. Because Remy was out here trying to control the damage, dodging inquiries about her marriage, and trying to be calm in interviews when Claressa Shields abruptly became family. While practicing at the same gyms and going to events with Papoose, she was making enigmatic comments like, "Some bonds can't be explained." You understand what kinds of captions convey subliminal messages. And what was all this time? What has Papoose been doing? Grinning in every photo while assuming the role of a helpful friend. He should win an Oscar. But if you paid close attention, you could see the signs. Not the hand signals, the lengthy looks, or the one video clip when he alters her waistline before a sparring match that wasn't coach behavior. In this manner, I am aware of what is happening. But this is where the craziness starts. While all the others were busy worrying about Remy's possible adultery, Claressa was quietly winning her own struggle. Outside of the ring, in the relationship. The couple's close friends and family say this wasn't an isolated incident. There was no drunken mishap at the motel. This was passionate, ongoing, and apparently deep. One of our insiders requested even though Claressa and Papoose have apparently been involved for nearly a year, they remain anonymous and have astounding receipts. Furthermore, the tattoo is not new. Months had passed for her. At the weigh-in, she only waited for its revelation. No stage is finer than the one that will surely be watched by everyone. Think for a second about that. It was not a surprise. This was a flex, a disclosure, and a middle finger to those who questioned it. It's time to talk about body language. Claressa turned to the camera after taking off her fur coat without flinching. There was nothing she concealed. She smiled as a woman who was well versed in her craft. When asked about the tattoo by reporters during the weigh-in, she also did not deny it. She did not say it was fake. She leaned into the microphone and shouted 6 words that shook the gathering. "He and I share a bed every night." Wow! The whole internet was gasping all at once. Twitter gained popularity. Instagram freaked out. Unfortunately, Remy had vanished from view. No statement, no Instagram post, no subliminal bars. There was radio silence as the world saw her entire marriage disintegrate in real time. You should think twice if you thought this was just a complicated drama about a love triangle. Absolutely, it appears to be Remy Ma. According to a second insider who apparently worked closely with the couple during the Love and Hip Hop reunion taping, Remy confronted Papoose about Claressa for months. Papoose also avoided being honest by using the conventional deflect and deny tactic. He claimed that Claressa was tripping and that people were just jealous of their relationship, saying that she was like a sister to Remy. "It is said that you share a bed with a sister who is tattooed every night. Understand it. Hold on though, because it gets messier. It is said that during a furious off-camera encounter during a private Love and Hip Hop production meeting, Remy Ma spoke directly to Claressa. Witnesses claim that it looked like Clarisse was drawing a line in the sand when Remy stated, 'You want to be me so bad it's embarrassing.' Claressa calmly responded, 'I don't want to be you, baby. I already got what you lost.' Rather than just stepping into the ring, she is stepping into a partnership. Additionally, it seems from her behavior that she will not compromise. Irony. The GWAT, as Claressa has always called herself, is the greatest woman of all time. But now, fans are uncertain if either boxers or husbands, she said. There haven't been many statements from Papoose. There was a questionable Instagram story that said, "Real ones move in silence. That's why I don't say much." The worst aspect, though, was that there was no public announcement or press release. Sources claim that Claressa is now showing off more than just her tattoo. Rumor has it that she is also wearing a personalized bracelet that Papoose gave her himself. Remy's old anniversary photo from when she was 3 years old, you know. Yeah, that one. Returning it, he gave it to Claressa. That's not only sloppy, but it's offensive on a Hall of Fame level. The fans are paying attention. The same bracelet was featured in a TikTok video that garnered 3 million views in a single day. They are harsh comments. One user, "It's not only about celebrity rumors anymore," as one commenter noted, "She isn't fighting for belts anymore. She is fighting for husbands. This is about treachery, power struggles, and public humiliation." One person went on to say, "Remy's out here writing bars while Claressa's writing vows." Claressa removed the coat with careful precision, and it wasn't just ink that was used for the tattoo. It was a message to the fans, Remy, and the entire world. Furthermore, that is just the start. Because what came next looks like you're not ready. Because what came next looks like you're not ready. Immediately after the tattoo reveal, the entire vibe of the weigh-in altered. The fans were not even focused on the action anymore. No cameras were trained on her gloves, or her muscles. Opponent. Claressa's confident smile and that tattoo captured their attention. You know who else was spotted backstage? Before it exploded, Joe was trying to diffuse the tension. It seems that he found out that Remy Ma was going to make an unannounced appearance. Let's not forget that boxing promoters did not want a hip-hop fight at a sporting event. When Claressa was doing interviews on keeping her cool and avoiding distractions from chaos, it seemed like her phone was blowing up. Instead of congratulating, they cautioned. According to our insider, Remy's team threatened to sue Claressa. She is being asked to stop marketing the Papoose brand in a cease and desist letter. Yes, you heard right. That they are now using Papoose as a brand says a lot. But Claressa, she didn't wince. She allegedly replied with a voice message that said, "Tell her I don't need his name to shine, but I wear it anyway." She then apparently posted a picture of herself with a visible tattoo. No caption. That is not passive aggression. That is hostile. Public reaction in the meantime. Oh, things got violent. It turned into Twitter's own fighting ring. The tattoo was a royal order, and instead of praising Claressa as if she were Cleopatra, Team Remy called her every conceivable name, including homewrecker, side chick with muscles, and husband snatcher of the decade. We can't pretend, though, that the drama was still available online. No, that night, at a private dinner in New Jersey, Remy Ma allegedly approached Papoose, and things swiftly spiraled out of control. Was set to organize a meeting with producers for an upcoming reality spin-off. Remy stormed in, slammed her wallet on the table, and said only one thing, according to the waiters at the restaurant. "Right now, that's what we are doing." Witnesses claimed that she refused to comply with Papoose's attempts to calm her down. "While you were still in my bed, she got your name tattooed and said to him, quote, 'You couldn't even lie well.' Oh no, but what is Papoose supposed to have said in response? It is not what you think it is. Customary." It seems that at that moment, Remy gave one of those terrible deadpan laughs and walked away without another word. When she prefers silence to noise, Claressa wrote in the caption of a social media post about herself sipping wine in a hotel robe. Was that a coincidence, or was it a real-time clapback? And if you felt that was the most dramatic part of the conversation, prepare yourself for another person to join. That's right, Tasha K. In the 30-minute expose, Papoose has been creeping with Claressa since 2003. The most popular messy YouTube investigator made it public. Flight records and private direct communications. It was explosive, darling. In what appeared to be Claressa's Miami condo, Tasha claimed to have hotel check-ins, text messages, receipts, and even FaceTime photos of Papoose naked. Claressa and Papoose were sighted together on vacation in the Bahamas while Remy was filming in Atlanta, according to a family acquaintance she brought on board. According to the same friend, the staff recognized them and knew they shared a room because Claressa had requested rose petals on the bed. It's impossible to make this stuff up. Or maybe if we just went ahead. Even worse, the same source claims that Remy Ma and Papoose were secretly separated for 3 months earlier this year. Claressa then glided in like a heavyweight at the exact perfect time. She apparently stepped in as a supportive friend, helped him get through the split, and eventually replaced Remy in every capacity, including feeding him, calling, and texting. Claressa allegedly got the tattoo at that time, according to Tasha's visitor, not as a practical joke, because she was the one, not because she had power. She truly believed she had influence. She might have been, due to the revelation of a video following the weigh-in that showed Claressa and Papoose together at an after-party. In the video, he kisses her forehead once, and they can be seen smiling and talking. The kiss isn't for a club hookup. This was not a drunken mistake. "You're mine." That type conveys it all without saying a word. A gentle, purposeful kiss on the forehead. The response came instantly. Hip-hop cast members, fans, bloggers, and even former romantic partners started to express their thoughts. Erica Amina posted a meme that said, "Sis, if he'll cheat with you, he'll cheat on you." Yandandi Smith tweeted, "I don't like women who build themselves up by tearing another queen down." She also liked a comment that said, "Claressa is about to get dropped quicker than her next opponent." Joe Budden even got involved, ranting on his podcast about how boxing needs boundaries and that this is the most Brooklyn love triangle ever. The whole thing could even be a prelude to a new reality show called Gloves Off, Love, Lies, and Left Hooks, he hinted. Let's go back to Remy though, because this the moment her silence was finally broken. 2 days after the weigh-in, Remy posted a black and white photo of herself in a recording booth, looking calm and focused. "Y'all are going to feel this one," is the only caption seen. Not a single name or direct shot. Just a threat in the form of poetry. Remember, Remy has experience with this. She survived the Bronx, jail time, label trouble, feuds, and betrayal. She is not going to let a boxing lady with tattoos make her less competitive. But this one, you could tell, hit in a different way. In the meantime, Claressa sent another odd message. "You can never take back what was never yours." The shade appears in an instant. The internet shuddered. Screenshots were then leaked, as if the chaos in this soap drama couldn't get any wilder. displayed alleged love texts from Papoose's burner phone that were sent to both women on the same day. An hour later, he tells Claressa, "You're my peace." Two entirely distinct messages with the same timestamp and energy are sent. In one message, he tells Remy, "You'll always be my wife, and this isn't just a mess." This master lesson in multitasking is lovely. What's more disturbing, though, is that one producer who asked not to be identified reported that a proposal may have already taken place. It was reported by close friends that Claressa claimed Papoose gave her a promise ring during training camp in Detroit. It was etched with the words, "I choose you," not her name, in fact. If that's true, Messi isn't here anymore. The amount of deception we've reached is biblical. Since the internet is constantly examining every tattoo, every caption, and every silence these days, the important question, but really, who's in charge here? As Claressa makes headlines and flaunts her tattoos, Remy is secretly penning lyrics that could destroy them both. Papoose is also playing chess in a minefield, where every move he makes could end up destroying everything he has ever accomplished. That being said, you might have thought the rabbit hole was over. However, the rabbit grabbed a microphone, went live on Instagram, and dragged everyone along with it just when you thought it was over. A month prior to Remy's trial separation, a former Papoose staffer, let's call her Keisha, went viral with a story about how she had walked in on Claressa and Papoose in a hotel suite. This was a shocking turn of events that no one had predicted. She further asserts that Claressa wasn't even surprised to see her. The assistant even showed a blurry video and said she smirked while saying, "Tell Remy I'll be here when she's done pretending," displayed a robed figure of Claressa sitting on Papoose's lap, laughing as he played music from his laptop. None of the faces were fully visible, but the voices were unmistakable. The sound of Papoose's famous yo-yo and Claressa's well-known laugh reverberate. Despite this live feed being viewed by the second, Claressa remained mute, uncaring, until she abruptly broke her silence with a single, short post. Because it's true, they're upset. Who bothers to call out jealousy, you ask, unless there is anything real to defend? Meanwhile, Remy was no longer silent. Hours after Keisha's live performance, Remy startled everyone with a statement she posted on her own Instagram stories. She wrote, "You aren't the first, and you won't be the last," over a dark screen, "but I'll be the one to make sure you both remember this, L." It was simple. It was cold. It sent a message. But what kind of L are we talking about here? Because this was no longer just an emotional issue. Remy Ma is allegedly taking legal action for brand misrepresentation and image slander in addition to her divorce. According to a provision in one of their joint business endeavors, Papoose and Remy are not allowed to have personal relationships in public while they are under contract for a new VH1 series. A breach of that agreement and the inclusion of Claressa as a co-defendant in the action might cost them millions of dollars. VH1 has reportedly already stopped filming the next reality show. The topic of Papoose's total termination is being addressed. That means what? Do you know? Claressa did not merely step into a ring. She could be in a financial bind, but there are also doubts about the timing. The tattoo discovery was followed a few days later by an enigmatic disclosure on Reddit. A purported contract correspondence between Papoose's crew and Claressa's for a cooperative fitness attempt. The fall promotion, the headline, and a couple goals. Promotion in the sense of a planned launch for fall. This tattoo moment seems to have been intentionally released rather than just happening. It's an outrageous stunt that keeps getting worse. Both women have to deal with paparazzi all the time. Claressa was spotted avoiding questions outside of a gym in Los Angeles recently. One reporter yelled, "Did Papoose really say he loves you?" She just flashed her headphones and seemed unconcerned. Bracelet. Yes. The same one Remy used to wear, he said before leaving, adding, "But the public isn't letting this go. Fans are positive it's about Claressa, even though the video shows Papoose pacing and talking on the phone. I told her I didn't want a public," he said. "It's not what I wanted. And that this whole thing might, just might, backfire. Because this is the issue. For a while, it seemed like Claressa had one. She had the man, the tattoo, and the spotlight. She thought she was in control of the story, but now she is the antagonist. Even though the boxing champion is good, the public thinks he is a heavyweight. She can't knock her out. In a plot twist reminiscent of a telenovela, Aid's story has a new female character. The internet went crazy when a model named Maya, who has appeared in a few underground hip-hop videos, posted a picture of herself drinking champagne and whispered into the camera, "Y'all so busy watching Remy and Claressa, but he was at my place last week." Within hours, bloggers found images of Maya wearing the same hoodie that Papoose had been spotted wearing just days earlier, along with a screenshot of an Uber transaction that showed a pickup from Papoose's house. The timestamp was posted the morning after Clarissa's departure. Fans are exhausted because we're now dealing with a full-blown quadruple entanglement. As one of the top tweets put it, "There is no triangle here. Inside a love octagon is a boxing battle." Remy Ma, however, is playing chess while everyone else is playing detective. Her silence will soon be broken with a vengeance, as rumor has it that she plans to share her perspective. No PR cleanup, no filters. Remy's bars cut deeper than any boxing glove, so Papoose and Claressa had better duck if that happened. She is angry and strong and has a fan base that can turn suffering into gold. What does all of this leave us with then? Infinite falsehoods, broken contracts, IG levels, burned bridges, 3 public figures, 1 tattoo, and now possible legal action and network backlash. What started as a boxing weigh-in has turned into the most sensational split of the decade. Papoose, the man who was once heralded as the epitome of black love, is now popular for all the wrong reasons. His silence, which he thought would protect him, is now being used against him. The public fills in the details whenever he avoids a camera or a question, and they aren't portraying him as a hero. Claressa's legacy is also at stake. She may have had a tattoo and exuded confidence when she stepped into that ring, but now, she is being drawn into a scandal that goes beyond a title match. She is facing more than just other warriors. They are fans, bloggers, lawyers, and a woman who has endured a lot and isn't afraid to destroy everything. Remy Ma is focused and not just hurt. She is honing her pen once more, the same lady who spit bars behind jail glass. Additionally, the objective is more than just a cheating man this time. Expected from a woman she might have known as a friend. What happens next? Will Remy sue Claressa? Will VH1 shut everything down? Will Papoose say anything? Or will another woman show up with her own story? This isn't about a tattoo anymore. It's about pride, power, and the public's disillusionment with a love story that was never as perfect as it seemed. Now it's your turn. Do you think Claressa went too far? Was Papoose always taking sides? Will Remy release a diss song that destroys them both? Leave a comment below. If you're still in disbelief, click the like button. Also, if you want more brutal, shocking truth bombs, subscribe.